Today on AFOL TV, we're talking about how we store hundreds of thousands of Lego bricks, and it all starts right now. Now, first and foremost, apologies for the lighting. This is in a closet and we have one single light to work off of. We tried bringing some of the bigger studio lights in here, but it just didn't work very well. But anyway, this is the main wall up ahead. And there's a few different ways that we organize this. You can probably tell by color to a certain degree, but also the drawers themselves. So down below are the colors that we use the most. These are our city colors. These guys we go to all the time with the exception of red, but basically brown, tan, white, gray, dark gray, and black are things that we build with all the time. Up top are more of our detailed colors, and these are what we use in our builds to bring out, specific colors for specific builds, and we'll touch more on that in a second. Coming back down below, we also have these awesome little containers that we got on Amazon where we hold extra brick or extra inventory, and it's usually of the same part, and it's usually just spillover from whatever won't fit in the drawers below anymore. We also have smaller ones up top, and we kind of have them throughout the whole room, which we'll touch on more in a second. Okay, so how are these organized? Well, the big drawers down below are where we store a lot of the big brick. And I think what will show up best on camera is probably the white, so let's go there. We start with the 1x1, then we go 1x2, 1x3, down to 1x4. This is 1x6 and 1x8. And then everything down here is anything that's larger than that. On the second row, these are the elbow bricks, and it's a little full, so it doesn't totally close. 2x2, 2x3, 2x4, 2x6 and 2x8, and then anything larger than that goes down here. So as you can see, it kind of mirrors the other side, just 2 by whatever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Elbow, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it goes in order of color. So black, dark gray, light gray, white, tan, dark tan, reddish brown, red. And kicks all the way over here, yellow, green, blue, and then swings back around over here for a dark blue, and we're filling in more over here. So essentially this is the area that we call like our bulk brick or bulk, heavy brick, large bricks. This is where a lot of our skyscrapers and other bigger builds basically start from. Now, there is still spillover as we mentioned up above, but we also have on the shelf down here essentially more 2x2 bulk that we got from various pick-a-brick stores. And we use these all the time, for under our roads or elsewhere. And I know the lighting's bad down there, so sorry guys, but basically we have even more down there. So we'll get to the drawers in a second and what's in there. But as you move up, there are these smaller drawers. And these smaller drawers have a method to them as well. So it goes by color up instead of to the right. It goes up because what we wanted to do was have one color take up an entire row. So rather than doing a column where we'd only have 8 drawers, they take up an entire row where they have 32 drawers. So that's 32 or more, which we'll point out in one second, drawers for various pieces. So 32 plus pieces that we can host on the wall right here. And this follows the same method as the bigger drawers. So we have 1x1 plates, and in the back we have 1x1 tiles, 1x2 plates, 1x2 tiles, 1x3 plates, 1x3 tiles. So you're probably noticing a trend here, 1x4, 1x6. And what's awesome is these stack sideways in the drawers. And I'll tell you more about this little clear thing in a second. 1x8. This is the 2x2. 2x2 tile. 2x3 and 2x3 tile. And so some of them have dedicated drawers if we have a lot of the pieces. So Like for example, we tend to have a lot of the 2x4 and 2x4 tiles, so those go in there on their own, but these are combined. So we have 2x6 and 2x6 tiles. Now, this is where it starts to change. So over here, we have the cheese slopes and then the larger cheese slopes in the back. We have slopes and the double slopes in the back. And again, these are the curved slopes. Over here are the traditional Lego slopes. And these are just the standard ones. And then these are the inverted. And that follows all the way over. So you get like, the larger ones as you go, and then eventually moves to the 2x2. And it keeps going until eventually you get to the round bricks. And then larger round bricks. And then really large round bricks. And then it goes to cones. And bigger cones. And then large slopes. And it goes all the way to large slopes till the end, and that's what we end on. So that's an entire row of color. But again, that happens for all of our colors right here. And it goes black, dark gray, light gray, white, tan, dark tan, and then I guess they call this like nougat or something like that, and then reddish brown. And so that is pretty much what we build with all the time, and that's why we keep them front and center right here. Now, let's dive into the drawers down below, and then we're gonna cover the top after that. Okay guys, so moving on to the drawers. Basically, inside each drawer are 3 of these organizer things. And again, I'm sorry about the lighting in here. It is a closet, so it's a little hard to show you, but basically this is for small parts storage. So we have things in here that are, just really tiny and hard to find at times. So we keep them in the drawer so they're easy to get to and easy access, especially when building, vehicles and whatnot for our various tutorials or YouTube videos. It just makes it really easy to find stuff when it's all in one drawer that you can open and access for the same color, rather than going to the individual drawers on the wall. So on this stack, for example, we have black, dark gray, light gray, white, tan, dark tan. Over here we have reddish brown. Then we have red. And it goes yellow, orange, orange, yellow, green, blue. And then over there we have even more colors. So again, it's the same for all the drawers. Like as you go through them, you get different colors. And it's just a great way to store all of our smaller pieces. Okay, so now that you saw the drawers down below, let's move to the top, which is the more colorful section. And again, it follows the same kind of cadence as down below, where it goes essentially as a row rather than a column for this section. And it follows the same, 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, all the way down. It's literally the exact same as down here, just more colorful. But then as you move up above, and let me grab my little stepping stool here. So as you move up above, these are the more rare colors and the ones we don't use as often. And these are done by column rather than row. And what it does is it follows similar to down below where it goes 1 by 1, all the way up through. But then over here, we have brick. And that's because we don't have dedicated larger bins down below. So up here is where we keep kind of dedicated drawers for those color brick, and that carries all throughout, and we're still working on filling the one over there, which will be some of these spillover rare colors up here. And again, these are ones where we don't have dedicated drawers for these colors. So that's that section of the wall. Well, what about all of this, and all of this? Well, let's start with over here. So all of this right here is Technic, and if you look, we've got it kind of broken out into various Technic pieces. This will eventually be broken out into the drawers like you guys just saw, where it'll have dedicated drawers for Technic pieces, but for now this is kind of our Technic area. Up here is just storage of sets that we've filmed recently or sets that we've been working on. Down here is the bulk brick for different colors that we talked about. And then up here are the trans colors. So you have, all your trans clear, trans red, orange, yellow, green, dark blue, light blue. These come in handy for our beach. As you know, there are some missing drawers. We are still working on organizing some of this. That's why there are missing drawers here and elsewhere on the wall. If you see missing drawers, it's because we're basically still organizing that. But it goes by column over here, and it's sorted like, you know, 1 by 1 square tile, or plate will have a 1 by 1 square tile behind. And this probably brings me to what these little clear things are. So these drawers come with horrible dividers. All of them, they're super cheap. I actually keep some over here. So they come with these like black dividers that always get caught, but there's a guy or a group on Amazon that makes these clear, kind of nicer dividers that fit perfectly in the Acro Mill containers. And they kind of wedge in there so well that they don't move and they stay put and they don't block the door from opening, or the drawer. So we picked up a lot of these. They're not cheap, but honestly, they're worth it. So that's the trans clear area. Down below, more trans colors, kind of like the bigger brick and some panels. This area we're redoing because they're kind of overflowing, and I'll show you more in a second. And then down below, storage over there, some camera gear that used to be mounted to the wall where we did an expansion. Over here is where we sort. So anything that needs to be sorted goes into here. These are all new bricks, need to be sorted. Over here are used bricks, which we don't order anymore. We only do new. But back when we did used to order used bricks, we'd put them in there. Okay, now let's move to the left side of the room. So this area is relatively new for us, and the reason is because of this. So you may notice that the black cabinets kind of go around, and I'll touch on that more in a second. Well, that's because there used to be a door right here, and we took the door off, replaced it with a shelf, and now this houses all of our basically bicolor brick that still needs to be sorted. So it's got all the major colors on there, and usually it's organized a little bit better by color. We've kind of been grabbing from it lately. But as you can see, it's like stuff that we really, you know, need to go through, but it just takes a while. And then again, the rare colors, you know, are over here. But up top, we've got containers and panels and ladders and all sorts of, you know, basically large pieces that we can use for builds. Over here, and you know what, let me grab the stool. So up here are kind of the modified bricks that we use a lot in various builds. Like we've got like, you know, the masonry brick and all sorts of stuff, all kind of by color. And then as you come into over here, it's more of like arches and various accents for buildings. All of those go up here, and it's all through here. And then down through here, we're still working on. Here's more bulk storage. We've got the big 16 by 16 plates over here. These are crucial for our big builds, skyscraper builds, etc. And then down through here, we're still kind of filling out, but it's got a bunch of random stuff. So we will kind of figure that out soon. And then down here, it's going to be dark blue and probably a nougat or something like that over there, but we're still kind of figuring that out. Now, before we move on, because that is pretty much the parts room, but now I got to show you guys the drawers out in the main room. Huge shout out to Miss AFOL TV. She does a fantastic job helping to sort, and I couldn't do it without her. So thank you so much. But now let's talk about out in the main Lego room where there are a ton of drawers. Okay, so please disregard the mess. We're still working on some city updates, and also these poles that you see down below are a really cool new filming system that we were installing. And what's cool too is they sit down below where the drawers come out, but basically it's gonna be a dolly system, so we'll have really smooth video coming up, which is, you know, something that we've been trying to improve. But basically you guys have seen these in our videos, in our city update videos. And so what do these hold? Well, on the left, it holds all of our road pieces. So anytime we're building roads, sidewalks, bike lanes, etc., all that comes from right here. Down below that are the larger road plates. We're out of the big guys, but normally they go right here. And just dark bluish gray plates in general. Down below, light gray plates and black plates. somewhat organized, but could probably do better. Down below that, more plates. More plates. As you can see, there's a theme here. All the way down to these colors. Now, moving over to the next one. This is kind of where we do like our trees and other stuff, so you'll see. So up here is first our minifig drawer, and the next few drawers are minifig drawers. But you'll see when we get to more tree stuff. So we keep some built ones back there. I need to figure out how to do this better, but torsos, legs, all sorts of stuff in here. We're still kind of improving this method. Accessories, hats, food. We've got so much of the stuff now, so we got to figure out a better method for the minifig stuff. But here's what I'm more excited about. So here is where we keep all of our greenery, which I guess it's become somewhat kind of famous in our city. We always get comments about it. You guys seem to really like it. So we keep a lot of our greenery stuff down in here, which comes in really handy when trying to make things look a little bit more lush and a little bit more realistic in the city. As you go down, there's actually more. So down here, we've got like these little plant pieces, and behind we have even more just in storage. So when these empty out, we can refill. And down here are more of like the smaller details, like the flowers. These for the palm trees, which are starting to get really expensive on Bricklink, unfortunately. And we're just, kind of filling this out. Moving to the next drawer is our vehicle area. So we have windscreens and windshields up here. Vehicle parts, like mud flaps, etc. Seats, lots of seats. Tires, and this is only like a fourth of our collection. We have a lot more tires, so we're kind of working on sorting them right now. This is going to be where vehicle bases go. We're still working on this section. Now, brackets and modified bricks. So up here we have more modified bricks. Down below we'll have some brackets, but basically it goes in order. So you have like, the one stud modified brick, the two stud on the corner, the all around modified brick. So these are just great for snot techniques where stud's not on top, and this is where we keep all of that. We even have like baggies full of spillover, but it all goes through here. And we've also got some other modified brick in here that come in handy for certain builds. So all that goes right here. Down below are more of the brackets and some other fun bricks to use for snot techniques. So we've got all sorts of stuff down here. And in these drawers, the colors are mixed because it's more about the type of brick rather than by color. Because we only have so many of, each one of these. So it's pretty easy. Like if I need a red, I can just go in and find red. Okay, and our last set of drawers. So up top we have all of our doors and window panes, and these are used extensively throughout our city. Whoops. And all of these go in here. We have some more unique windows back here. Doors down below. These are our trans clear pieces. A little low in inventory right now because we're working on some builds that we're going to showcase in our next city update video, but this is where we keep a lot of the trans clear panels, trans clear brick that we use a lot for our builds. More panels. These were on the pick brick wall recently, which is awesome. Down below, this drawer needs to be organized. This is wedge plates, modified plates, unique plates and bricks that we can use in builds. But a lot of our airplanes and whatnot are built out of this drawer. Down below that, we have big bulk brick, which we use a lot of. So we have, like the 2x3, got some really cool, unique angled bricks and just good stuff in that drawer. Down here are all the door frames, somewhat organized by color, somewhat kind of just thrown in here. Still working on organizing this drawer as well. And then in the last drawer, this is really nothing right now. It's more just door frames and some leftover instructions and stickers, but we're kind of working on reorganizing that. Well guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, outside of just, you know, some extra like storage stuff that we have laying around, that is pretty much our collection of brick that is not being used in the city yet, and how we try and stay organized. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you don't already, please do consider subscribing. Have a couple new videos coming out soon that we're really excited about. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Hope you found it useful, and good luck organizing your own Lego collection.